People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called the horror stories that we've heard at these hospitals in Jamaica. With persons that go to the hospital because they are sick, in some sorts of accident, in pain. However, when they reach there, it seems as if there is some sorts of go slow. It seems as if persons who are supposed to be good patient with patients, they have zero patience, zero manners, zero respect for their job. They are just hustling the thing. They are just doing their 8 hours or shift, and then they are trying to bounce, get the FUCK out of Dodge. Now, I spoke about an incident that occurred at the Alexandria Hospital, Community Hospital in St. Anne, where a man, a good Samaritan, saw 2 men that were in some sorts of car, accident. So therefore, he took them to the place that was the closest to where the accident took place. However, when he went at about 6:30 in the morning, he saw that there were 3 ambulances. However, when he went inside, there was no doctor, there was no presence of any sorts of nurse, and there was no sorts of driver for any of those ambulances to take the people to the other hospital, the closest hospital, give them some sorts of service. We could hear the 2 men out there, one up on the ground, a ball, the next one sit down on a chair right in front of the hospital. He was doing the same thing. They were in tremendous pain. So people, that is one incident a couple of days ago. A young lady sent me some voice note and she told me about an experience that she had at the Maypen Hospital that is in Denby. Denby is in Clarendon. She took her daughter there, and people, the treatment that they got, or the lack of treatment, lack of attention, lack of medical service that they got, it was atrocious. It was very bad. And people, like me say, this is not an isolated incident. This is more of a norm other than the exception. So people, take a listen, take a look to exactly what this lady has to say, and then I will give my piece.
Good morning, my blog. I'm just sitting under my tree, so I do some washing, and I just listen to a video where they just put out about the doctor them at the hospital where the gentleman pick up the 2 men and bring them, and when they go the 3 ambulance and no driver. But me have to tell you about this one in a Clarendon and Maypen Hospital down at Denby. Me not think the hospital worse than that hospital, Denby Hospital. Couple months ago, about 2 months ago, I bring my daughter down there, and may I tell you, it was a disgrace. When you go in there, you know, you have to stop a thing there, customer service. When you go customer service and give them the child name, them send you into the nurse. When you go to the nurse's quarters for them check you so the doctor can look after you, there's no nurse, and I mean for hours, and I'm talking about a child with asthma. For hours, no nurse is there to check the child, and the doctors will not look on the patient unless the child or the patient has been checked by the nurse. And let me tell you something, I walk up and down, I beg. No nurse, even when the nurse finally do check the child, and the doctor check the child, you send the doctor send the child around at the medication room to get medication. There is no nurse there to serve the medication. People around there, they're crying for pain. I remember the night after they look after my daughter, and I went outside, but I went back inside to ask them for a special medication to use in the machine for asthma. And when I go in there, I see a young man laying down on the floor. And so when I see the young man laying down on the floor, I ask him what happened to him. They don't, and him a ball, my black guy, my ball, And I say, what happened to you? And him say, pain, no doctor no see me yet. So I went across from that side to accident and emergency, and I specifically saw my African doctor, one big man, has no manners whatsoever. Disgraceful. I step across there and I see him, and I was going to ask him to write this something when I want for my daughter prescription, but before I asked him, I said to him, There's a gentleman over there, so pain, and I kill him on the floor, please. If you could have just looked on him. Him specifically look on me. Miss, when you come hospital, up in my face too, you know. Right up in my face, when you come hospital, mind your effing business. And that him said to me and walk away. And one nurse turned around and said, really? You talk to the patient like that? And he didn't turn around and look at the nurse. You hear me? And when I went outside, I saw a pastor sitting down on the bench, and I was saying to the man said to me, you're lucky. One nurse specifically looked at me and told me, if you kiss me, drunk, because he was saying something to her, and I don't know what it is because I wasn't there, but he told me that the nurse tell him, kiss me, drunk. So this hospital done by them be, they don't care either. Them no care. Me said these nurses and doctors, they take the profession, but they don't like it. What they want is the money, but they don't like the profession. They don't want the profession. You know what I'm saying? These doctors are not easy. These nurses are not easy. They're a pain in the ass. They don't care about anybody unless it's their family, right? They take to the hospital. Let me tell you, I have one and few nurses down there and doctors, because I met a few. They are great. You have a few doctors down there that works at casualty across some accident and emergency. They are great. You understand? One and two may I tell you about. But the majority, they are dreadful human beings walking on 2 feet. And they have a time when they decide they're going to take a break and don't care what you are going through. They're not looking at you. They're not looking at you. They don't care if you want yes or no. They are not looking at you, my blogger. So all the hospitals are like this. All of them are like this. The one down at Denby, I can speak for them. I can speak about Denby Hospital. They're terrible. They have some terrible doctors down there. And the young ones, Lord, they're hoping at themselves. You understand? Because they're medically equipped, but we the patient are not. They treat us like animals, as if when we die and they die, all of us not going to go to the same place. Them not easy. Take care, my blogger.
Now, people, first thing first. When you go to a lot of these hospitals, they are backwards. They are back in time. Everything looks outdated. You feel as if you are stuck in time. However, the level of arrogance that is dished out by most of these nurses, most of these doctors, it is despicable. So therefore, they don't have an average facility, up to the time facility. However, they have terrible attitude. Most of them only come to work, like I say, to do a shift. It is obvious that these persons have mastered the art of ignoring, being very cold. Do not care if you are laid down on the ground at DEAD. Them now pay your dog mind. It does not matter. As a matter of fact, a lot of these facilities are ill-equipped without basic machine, meaning MRI. I am speaking about places like Children's Hospital. Now that Shaggy gave them the money, maybe them have it. However, before, recently, them not have no MRI machine. Them would have send you go a Publix or KPH. When you go a Publix or KPH, them don't have it either. But people, it seems as if there is some sorts of tactics to get you, for them to recommend you to their friends that have private facility that can charge you X amount of dollars for that service. So therefore, a basic service that you would expect to find at the Children's, KPH or Public, it is not available. It is totally absent. So therefore, even in our medical facility, there is corruption. They are definitely hustling you without a shadow of a doubt. Now people, just imagine you as a mother or you as a father. Rush your picnic to the hospital because them in some sorts of pain. Them feel sick. Them look like them dep on them DEATH bed. And then when you go there, you realize that everybody is moving like molasses, going up a hill in a blizzard in Alaska. That means very slow, negative movements. Doesn't that tell you that these people don't care? Because you hear the lady say, she see a man look like him about for DEAD. She went to the doctor, who is a foreign doctor, and she said to him, based on her concern for this person, there's a man over so look like him about for pass out. You hear what the lady said, the doctor say. When you come at them place, mind your own business, people. These are supposed to be professional people, meaning the doctor. However, these people rank like some all-time ramgoat BALLS. Them don't have no sorts of manners. They should not be in those type of jobs. However, they too are stressed out, frustrated. However, as a professional, you should not take out your frustration on the patient. You should learn to be professional under any circumstances. You should not be bugoyaga. However, people, we see that in Jamaica, there's a very thin line between professional and bugoyaka, marketplace and doctor kind of behavior. Jamaica, there is none. This speaks volume about the type of leadership that we have, meaning the ministry or Minister of Health and the government on a whole. It lacks empathy. It lacks sympathy. It lacks basic professionalism, basic managerial skill. It is woefully inept, point blank and period. Further on in the news, I am going to speak about a very disturbing trend that I see on YouTube as it pertains to a lot of our news or entertainment bloggers. Now people, as somebody that is an innovator upon YouTube, meaning I am the first person that was driving around showing the view of the places that I went. Me not really have any problem with other persons doing that. They say imitation is the best form of flattery. However, whenever this kind of gets obsessive, whenever you see people doing the same thing that you're doing, driving around, talking just like you, being humorous just like you, being sarcastic just like you, spelling just like you, using proverbs just like you, I think that they have gone above and beyond. It has become a little bit creepy. Now people, like me say, I do not really watch other bloggers because I kind of like to focus on myself. Don't want to sound like any other, and as a matter of fact, I am a leader, definitely not a follower from me a little youth, so therefore that would never happen to me. So anyways, a couple of persons have been contacting me in my WhatsApp group, and I noticed that they are calling me the names of other bloggers. Now people, as a person that take pride in his work, in his individuality, daring to be different, I do not really find this as something that is complimentary. Anyways, somebody sent me a next link to a video of a next blogger, and when I listen to that blogger, he is driving around and he sounds like a next blogger that is out there. And I said to myself, this is not an isolated incident. This has become a very disturbing trend. But then I say, well, thief from thief, God laugh. Me just laugh it off. Now people, here is the problem. The problem is that when you are going to imitate somebody, and then when you imitate people, then you start hate upon that person because you have a problem with that person whose style you stole. And people, I have had experiences like that before. I am very disturbed because the fact is that you are using deceptive practices, yes. You are trying to make people feel as if that is you, and people, like me say, it has obviously worked because people text me, WhatsApp me and call me different bloggers at different times. So therefore, it seems as if persons are gullible, persons are vulnerable. Them see somebody a drive around, them think of you. Not even listening, not even paying attention. So my point is this. These people have ulterior motive. Most of them, they know exactly what they are doing. Them figure if them drive around and them try to talk like you, say the same thing, put their things in context like you, they are going to fool some people. So those people are going to subscribe. And people like me say, there's a lot of persons, it look like them too old, them head a gather water, they don't see the obvious difference. That is why when I do my video, I said the difference is in the meds. And what I mean is this. These people will copy the way that you do your thumbnail. They will copy the way that you talk, the way that you present your video, the slangs that you use, the proverbs that you use, the humorous way, the way in which you are sarcastic, just to make people feel as if they are you. However, one thing they will not be able to copy, one thing that differentiates me from all other bloggers, and I am proud of it, is that my meds is different. People, they will try to regurgitate what you say. However, the meds is never going to be the same. I am a leader. One thing that separates, and this is the difference between a leader. Whenever you follow, you are always going to be behind. So therefore, whoever that you are imitating and trying to fool other people to make them feel as if that is them. My point is this. Whenever you follow, you will always be behind. Dare to be different. Whenever you are behind, you know what type of people like to be behind. Yes, the same one. People, me just say. Watch out for these people and their deceptive practices. Don't be fooled by the original versus the imitation. There's only going to be one original. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.